July 1st, 2025. Okay, y'all. So first things first, let me know your thoughts on today's new episode down below. What y'all think? Hold on, let me move this over here. What did y'all think about today's new episode? I said, look here. They started showing Remy towards the end of the episode, and I said, now why are we seeing Remy, but we not seeing Bill? I said, where's Bill? But yeah, I was like, he need to be front and center. He need to be front and center. He the one sit up here and got the crazy lady out of jail and pardoned at that. It was bad enough that he got her out of jail before anybody even knew about it. But then he turned around and got her pardoned. To my son, he can relate to her and she regrets what she did. I said, there's two storylines that he needs to be right here for, and he's nowhere to be found. Bill was nowhere to be found. He still don't know about Liam. He still don't know what Luna has been up to. I was like, okay, they missed a perfect opportunity. He need to be front and center. Hold on, y'all. But yeah, okay, so on today's episode, y'all, Ridge had called Baker because they, first of all, Steffi Taylor Ridge, that's who we're going to start with. So Steph was still talking to Taylor about the ring. She wanted to see it again, stuff like that. And they end up seeing Ridge back there or whatever, and they could see that something was wrong with him. He was on the phone with Baker trying to get in contact to find out about Luna. Why Baker talking about some doggone, they couldn't find her? I said, did you look? He told her he can't find her. Did you look? Did you even try? Now, if her mama don't, first of all, you check with her mama, because even though, you know, she claims she don't want to do her, that don't mean she wouldn't have helped her. So check with her. Next step would be Sheila, obviously. I was like, did you look? That ain't work for Dawn, man. I was like, did you look to my so you couldn't find her? She right there sitting down and stuff. Sheila didn't even know she was in the house or whatever. She said, what are you doing here or whatever? Hold on, y'all. But yeah, first we're going to start with Steffi Taylor Ridge. Like I said, Steffi wanted to see the ring again. And they was just talking about them getting remarried and how Steffi and Thomas been waiting on this for a long time. So then they see Ridge back there. But yeah, once again, he was on the phone just trying to check with Baker about Luna. He ends up telling Steffi he want to know everything that happened again. So she ends up telling him about Will's plan and everything that could have happened and stuff like that. And they back to saying it's Finn's fault. I said, well, technically, he didn't know that that was his mama, and he didn't know that that was his daughter. I will say it would have been his fault if he continued on. Well, I take that back. It's partially his fault because he did give her an idea that, you know, they could have a relationship. He did give her that idea because every time he talked, he ended up saying how he implies that it's Steffi. The reason why he doing all this is because of Steffi. Now she running around doing crazy stuff. I want to know what gift she finna get ready to make for Steffi. But yeah, like I said, Steffi wanted to see the ring again. Ridge wanted to know what happened with Luna. Let me scan. Let's see. What else happened with them? Taylor Ridge thinks that Steffi should prepare the kids, but she was saying how she wanted to shield them from everything that's going on. And that's what I wanted to talk about. I was like, okay, now if you not gonna tell the kids or whatever, why not tell the teacher? Show a photo or something in case she came around. Why not show her? But yeah, she's supposed to get tied up. The teacher's supposed to get tied up. I don't know if she gonna put it in the closet or what, but they show her with something over her mouth and everything, and she just in the closet. Look at you. You know, doggone well, you ain't supposed to just hire nobody, not hire them, but, you know, bring them around kids and you don't even know her. She just on the streets. You don't know this lady? Don't invite her to come in front of these kids and you don't even know her. Hold on. But yeah, Steph was saying how she thinks that Ridge and Taylor should be celebrating versus worrying about Luna. Ridge was saying how he could multitask and focus on both of them. I said, yeah, okay. But they did say on today's episode that something about they got security or something like that. I said, where they at? I said, where the security at? I said, I don't believe it. It don't matter anyway. All she got to do is take the security down. Y'all know what they be doing. But yeah, they revealed that they did have security or whatever. The good that's going to do, because I think they said something about Luna's supposed to trick the teacher into convincing Steffi to come. That's when Steffi ends up saying how she came there for Hayes' teacher or whatever. So wait, what's going to happen to Hayes? I think they said on tomorrow's episode, what's today, Tuesday? Either tomorrow's episode or Thursday's episode, Hayes supposed to bring home some type of gift that started Steffi and Taylor. But I think Finn and Steffi, if somebody sit up here, she just said on camera and on the wire what she was finna get ready to do. Well, she ain't just full out say what she was gonna do, but she did say she had a plan. Why would you still be right there? Come on now. Why would you still be right there? That don't make sense. But yeah, their whole thing was trying to protect Steffi and stuff like that. But she's still over here to my son. She want to shield the kids. She want them to have a normal life. She focused on the doggone engagement. That should be the least of your concern. Somebody trying to murder you, girl. What the world going on around here? Will electric Katie. Katie was highly upset. She was highly upset when she found out what Will had done, that he put himself in danger. What Electra said that upset Katie? She said something about Luna and Will kissing. She was like, "That's what you upset about?" I said, "Stay out of it, Electra. Go back there and sit down." So she went back there and sit down. But she still was trying to help Will out and say, like, he made it out and he was brave with this and that. But her main thing was that he put himself in danger and he's underestimating Luna craziness. And I said, true that. And even after the speech she gave him, he still told me, he should have done more. I said, what the world? Do you know what you was dealing with or who you was dealing with? Hold on. Yeah, his whole thing was he feels bad. He said something else. I think Katie was telling him how he shouldn't have put himself in danger for Steffi Forrest or whatever. That basically she should have handled it on her own. I think they did end up talking about Bill, and I was like, well, yeah, I was hoping he came in. I said, bring your tail in here. I thought when they said his name, he was gonna come. I was like, come on. I said, come on in here, see what you done did. But no, he's still nowhere to be found. But yeah, what else? I think Katie was just telling Will that he got lucky or whatever because it could have ended worse. And he was saying how surprisingly Luna let him go, and she was like, she don't care how it happened, it should have never happened to begin with or whatever, because she dangerous, and she keep trying to tell them. And he still said, what did he say? He was talking about Luna being in jail and he gonna be the one to put her there. So after Katie had left, Electra was asking him if he was joking when he said that to his mama about fighting Luna and stuff like that. And he was like, if she was in danger or something like that, then yeah, he would. I was like, okay. Bill Jr. But yeah, let's see if it's anything else. Yeah, I think the last thing, they was just kissing and stuff like that. Sheila Luna. So Sheila came in, and that's when she ends up seeing Luna there. She was asking what she was doing there. So she just still blaming Steffi, saying it's Steffi's fault or whatever. She would have had a relationship with her father. Same thing we've been seeing for months now. Well, actually, it's been over a year, hasn't it? If I'm not mistaken, it's been over a year since she's been talking about Steffi this and Steffi that. I might be wrong. It might not have been a year, y'all, because she just found out that he was her daddy. But yeah, she's still talking about Steffi to blame and stuff like that. And Sheila ends up telling Luna that no one forced her to say what she said, that she was the one who said it. And then she's gonna tell her grandmama, talking about you right, you gonna get your wish. I'm leaving town, but that's the one thing I need to take care of. So Sheila was trying to get her to tell what she was planning, but she didn't say nothing. She just said, what did she say? She made some comment, but she didn't say what she excuse me, hold on. She made a comment, but she didn't say everything because she knew Sheila snitch. She knew Sheila was gonna tell. But I'm assuming that Remy gonna end up telling something because they showed Sheila talking to Taylor this week, saying that she need information. I'm assuming about Hayes School or whatever, cause it's something that Luna said she had to do before she leave town. So yeah, I'm assuming that Sheila gonna be the one to save Steffi. What else? Let's see. Sheila was saying how you telling me that this the last time, this is the goodbye or whatever. So she ends up telling her she love her, and she ends up hugging her. So Luna left out and she just stayed right there. And I don't know what she was doing out there, but yeah, she stayed right there or whatever. Then next thing you know, they show Remy just sitting there. And he was thinking about, the whole shooting range excuse me, the whole shooting range scene or whatever and stuff like that. And I said, now why? This when I said it, I was like, now why are we seeing him but we ain't seen Bill yet? We haven't seen him at all. But yeah, then they start showing him talking to Sheila. Sheila was telling him how he another person that Deacon can't see him with and stuff like that. What else? And he was looking for Luna. She was like, Luna or whatever. And he was like, he worried about her. He could tell that Sheila's worried too. So I'm assuming he gonna end up telling something. He gonna end up telling something about Steffi, Luna, or something like that. But we'll see. What else? Is that everything? Let me see. Oh, Luna and the teacher. What did they say her name was? Miss Wilson or something like that? I don't know. Either way it go. Luna and the teacher and Hayes. She don't sit up here. First she was staring through the window, psychopath. She was just staring through the window or whatever, just watching Hayes with that mean face or whatever. I said this before, I said it again. I said she played a crazy lady better than she did, when she first came on the show or whatever. But yeah, she was staring through the window and she finally went in. That's when they was introducing her and telling that she the one that gave Hayes the little gift or whatever, that little origami thing, the little bird thing. Then she was just talking to them about it and stuff like that. So she sat down with Hayes and he revealed to her that he showed Steffi the little bird or whatever. And she was like, your mother seen it, Steffi? I think she said your mother seen it or whatever. So then she was like, we gonna make a gift. I want to make a gift with you for your mama or whatever. I said, what's she about to make? What she about to make? What she gonna sing? Cause they say it's supposed to startle Taylor and Steffi or whatever. But I said, yep. See, this is why they supposed to have. First of all, she wasn't supposed to sit up here and let somebody you don't know just come in, especially around kids. It's bad enough you let her in regardless, but you don't know her. You don't know her. Let me see what else. Taylor and Reeves thinks Steffi should prepare the kids. We already talked about that. Remy texting Luna. Oh yeah, Remy was texting Luna too. He was checking on her, but she wasn't responding. And he reveals that he's worried or whatever. They missed the opportunity for them two to take over, not take over, take over the world. They missed the opportunity for the two crazy people to partner up and go out the electric wheel, Steffi and everybody else. Excuse me. But let me see. I think that's everything. Luna wants to make a gift with Hayes for Steffi, then show her looking all mean and stuff, and Hayes just kept looking at her. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces, hair girls.